The Critshow contains elements of horror, fantasy violence, and adult language. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Sources: Light Up the Sky, Einon, Lore Stunt 9. Cursed Overcome requires +3 beat. Einon, Compelled Cursed. Einon, Tower of Men. What? Oh, Thrower of Men. Kade Lore 4, Kade Overcome Lore, Light Up 5, Got Witch.
I did catch about 20 seconds of that on recording.
Perfect. Now everybody gets a glimpse into the minutes that we do before every episode. Thank you, Megan.
It's important to know what came before.
Yeah.
And hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Critshow, where we are playing the Clockwinders.
Hi, Jake.
Hi. Hello.
Greetings.
Oh. Last time, stop me if you've heard this one before, there was a big fight
That lasted the entire session.
that lasted both that one and the one prior.
Yeah.
But it culminated in a victory? Question mark. Find out next time. This one's
Wow.
Goodbye, everyone.
Oh, God.
It culminated in you successfully KOing the witch and stopping her effect on everybody else around here. So you now have her essentially in custody. Do we want to start right where we left off, or do you guys want to jump ahead to back at the palace or anything?
I mean, is that where she would be taken? Do we have any, legal authority to detain her?
Are you a judicial force?
Yeah.
Look, we're playing in a weird fantasy world. People get away with, attacking and killing random city guards and shit all the time in settings like this. So who's to say? You've got an emblem. That makes you about as powerful of an organization as could exist.
I feel like we at least could... Oh, boy, I don't want to start, having a prisoner. But at the same time, we need to find out why she did this, because it could be a problem going forward.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't random. This was targeted.
Yeah, but also, if she's bewitching people to attack us as Clockwinders, taking her to Clockwinder Central may not be the best idea.
Bind her hands and blindfold her is what I thought, because that's the two ways we've seen her do that. But she still can talk.
I mean, those are very temporary measures. I say we take the hands and eyes right off.
Holy shit.
She also did speak in an unknown tongue
Yeah.
when ensnaring Einon, so...
No. But she also made eye contact with him, right?
Correct. She
Yeah.
did both of those.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that we have another choice unless there is some sort of jailhouse public place for criminals that we could take and say, hey, this person was inciting a riot.
Well, I'm going to ask you for some lore. Maybe this is lore we all build together. What do people do about ether wizards and witches? When they attack places, or this is the thing that everyone is so afraid of. What do they do when it happens?
I wonder if there's a place that, neutralizes ether.
I would think that ether users don't typically run afoul of, an organized law enforcement on their grounds. I would imagine that ether users are usually on their own turf and don't lose, or are dealing with other unsavory folk who would not have them, sent to jail, but would just keep them imprisoned themselves or something.
So this truly is really wild that this happened.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is unlike anything you've heard of.
I'm so tired of living in unprecedented times.
God.
But yeah, I mean, there is a city guard, there is a peacekeeping force in this city, but I don't think they would object to you all, detaining her yourself. This is clearly a you thing. This is clearly a Clockwinders thing.
Then, I mean, I think for now, that's what we'll have to do.
Yeah, if she's knocked out, let's just put her in Smee. We'll move over some of the fireworks and just nestle her in there.
You have to have used all the fireworks by now.
There's some left over.
Some snap pops and stuff.
Yeah, some sparklers.
Yeah.
I just don't want those to get crushed, so I'm moving those over, you see.
Chief Forbin and Hector help you guys get everyone calmed down. Forbin helps you get Sevna back to the Dawn Palace. Hector actually stays behind to help with the cleanup. Do we think the Dawn Palace has, like, a dungeon? Like, do we think this is a contingency that has been planned for?
I don't think so.
I agree.
Oh, I disagree. But
Really?
only because it used to be a punishment. Like, criminals were sent out. Like, I don't think it was maybe originally there. The thought of, like, someplace to hold people before they forced them to go out.
Okay, I can see, I'm imagining less of like prison cells and more of like very sturdy dorms, like rooms that they put them in that they can lock from the outside.
Yeah, like a locked wing.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because if they were like a really violent, terrible criminal, I doubt they'd be like, yeah, go here.
A clockwinder would be a good punishment for your terrible crimes.
Yeah.
Go out into the uncharted wilds with a small contingent of academics.
To do one of the most important jobs that our planet relies on.
I'm sure we'll see you again.
We can't get too deep into this. The world will start spinning.
You lay Sevna's unconscious form upon the twin bed in the dorm. And yeah, what measures are you taking? I heard bind hands, blindfold.
Yeah, I think that's the start, at least, until we kind of go out and talk over anything else. I mean, I've seen a few things that she's been able to do. Is there something else I could suss out about what I think her abilities are, or the possibilities of what she could do based on what I've seen?
The possibilities of abilities?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think there's anything that you're going to be able to take in of her or infer that you haven't already based on what you've observed.
Okay.
I want to ask Chief Forbin. She said that her name was Sevna. Does that sound familiar to you at all?
Chief Forbin shakes her head. No, I can't say I recognize the name. Plenty of stories about various powerful ether users and whatnot, but haven't heard the name.
I myself am worried about our ability to hold her for long, not knowing the extent of what's possible. Even amongst our own ranks, there are some things having to do with ether that can be done instinctually. They don't necessarily require her hands, her sight, aside from having a conversation and seeing if we even have the possibility of gleaning information from her. What in the hell are we supposed to do with this person after that?
Well, we can't keep her a prisoner.
I mean, I think first we got to find out why she did this. Like, yeah, we don't want to keep a prisoner, but we also don't want to let her go if she's just going to keep attacking the people here.
Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense that an ether witch would have something against clockwinders. We are trying to limit the amount of ether that's spilling out into the world, and that's something that they rely on.
That was precisely my thought as well.
Yeah, so I mean, that's even more reason why she'd keep attacking here.
Well, maybe we can explain ourselves. Maybe we can find some sort of middle ground. I mean, both of you seem to access ether in a different way.
What do you mean?
Oh, my darling Maxine, I don't think that this is something that should go unspoken any longer. Including today, I've seen you now access that side of yourself twice.
I didn't use ether. I saw Kate do the webs, but I didn't do anything.
And
Yes, about that. I get the feeling that you are unaware of it, that it is reactionary, instinctual, a reflex, so to speak.
I've been using ether, and I don't even know it? Oh no, how many times?
Twice that I've seen.
What if I'm doing it in my sleep?
Do you have a lot of night terrors?
No,
Then I would guess likely are not.
this is no good. This is no good.
Well, maybe that's something for us to work on, with you understanding those moments. It seems like, well, when you're under pressure, when someone's pressed in close with violence in mind, do you recall those bursts of sort of adrenaline that you seem to have?
Well, I mean, everything's happening so fast, and it's just scary, and, well, that's fine. I'm sure that we won't come up to any other situations that are high pressure and people attacking us, because that hasn't happened a lot already since we started.
So,
Yes.
great. That's great.
It's all right. As we have all discussed, as you have discovered, the simple act of using it is not the corrupting force.
I'm going to say this, and I feel like it falls into the category of like, oh yeah, someone corrupted by ether would say that. But doesn't it really seem like the generation before us has a real black and white, magic is bad, everything else is good. But like you and I are prime examples of magic's not bad.
I mean, this is what I was warning you about, Kade. This is how it starts. It's not that the ether will definitely, absolutely corrupt you. It's that the more you use it, the more you can justify using more of it.
Ugh, the same trite argument over and over again. You see Sevna blindfolded and bound, try and slowly sit herself back upright on this bed, just kind of looking around, obviously unable to see anything, but like taking in the circumstances of her containment.
Sevna, was it?
Yes.
Madam Sevna? Any honorific that you prefer?
No, dear, no need for formalities.
Oh, well, all right. We do apologize sincerely about the scrapes and bruises you might have endured, but under the circumstances, we felt it necessary.
I'm not apologizing for anything. You sent people to attack us. You weren't even brave enough to do it yourself. What's wrong with you?
That's true. As soon as we noticed you, you tried to run a lot.
Maxine, give me another provoke roll.
I think that Maxine has the best provoke because in character, it's not intentional. Like, that is the best, that is such an interesting provoke. Oh, yeah. And Jake, I think you owe me a point.
Oh, yeah, you're correct.
Because it's a new scene.
Yeah, we are finally in a new scene, which means I can finally pay you out what I owe you.
Ooh.
Pay you your money down.
-4.
Whoa! Oofa doofa. Well, I thought it was going to be bad that she had a -1, but making her the victor.
I mean, there's only up to go from here.
Yeah, I think I have to spend a fate point to re-roll that.
Okay, what are you invoking to do so?
I think I'm invoking my trouble. Too many buttons. I think that this is just like, not even the fact that she attacked us, but how she did it really just like ticked me off.
Okay, re-roll them.
-1.
Ooh.
That is a tie. Do you want to try to invoke anything else to give yourself the edge?
I don't think so, specifically because I don't think I'm really trying to do anything here. Kind of like Rev said, this is reactionary. I'm just talking.
Okay, so in a contest in the event of a tie, no one gets a victory, and an unexpected twist occurs.
Ooh.
And also the ads play. I think you blurt that out, and she laughs, and she says, "Oh, so direct. You remind me of someone I used to know."
Who?
Why would I answer you that?
Well, why would you start with it in the first place? Is it just a sort of irritating tease?
My apologies, I suppose. Just a moment of human wistfulness.
All right, fair enough. We're on the right track, though, right? I mean, you clearly have an affinity for ether and don't like that we're trying to fix the cause.
In a nutshell, yes.
And I genuinely am not trying to antagonize you here, but you understand that if they're not fixed, we're all in very real danger of dying horribly. It is no longer a question, it's not a theory. The world is turning.
Have you ever heard anyone theorize that the world once turned before?
Yes, of course.
And here it is.
Yeah, because it's not turning anymore.
No, that's why we are here. Here. She gestures with her hands tied together. But there's an entire world out there, and if it's spun, things may change, but who's to say for the better or worse?
Well, I think that's an excellent question, but I think therein lies the answer. Who's to say? If there's, let's say, a 50% chance that we just all fucking die, I'd rather fix the cause.
I feel like it's a safe bet that whoever they were before might not be around anymore, because we can show you there are stones that have burned because of the sun, like that weren't in the sun. They got into the sun, they melted. So like, sure, like maybe people will dig underground like ants and come up in 1,000 years after the planet has been rotating for a while and start life anew, but all the lives that are here will all be dead.
You're free to speculate what the outcome will be, just like anyone is. I think you're speaking speculation as if it were absolute.
We can see the burnt lands. We can see the frost sea. We know the extremes, and we know that the world is turning with the cores not being fixed. We can see this. This isn't speculation.
I speculate that when the conditions of the world change, that which is so disastrous to some may not be to others, namely, those who have dedicated themselves to the pursuit and mastery of extraordinary powers. All of you who fear ether, sure, you may burn. It is of little consequence to me.
Ah, God damn it. I was trying to go down this mindset that, like, maybe people who used ether weren't evil, but you're just blowing that whole idea out of the water. Just, oh, yeah, they can all die. I'll be fine because I'm powerful.
See, but I don't feel as negatively about you because I think you're on the right track. Why? Why be so afraid of ether if you can control it? Why not pursue it? And if everyone did, no one need die. No one need perish if we allow ourselves to tap into the awesome potential that surrounds us.
Of course, but you're really citing just a difference of opinion, and a difference of opinion is not grounds to just let millions of people die. For the record, I think more than half of the people in this room are very interested in ether, its workings, and the use of it.
It doesn't matter what you think of ether. Not everybody can use it, even if they didn't think it was bad or corrupting in the first place. And for you to say that you're more important because you think you can control it, well, that's just unfair. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. We're going to fix the cores. We're going to save the world.
Look, and even if you were right, like, oh, yeah, everybody on the planet learn to use ether, you'll survive this. What about, like, crops and stuff? Like, things to eat, places to live? Like, we won't do much good as just a nomadic race of people living off of ether.
She thinks that her magic can save her from the fire in the night. It's not too cold or too hot if you have magic to protect you, right?
She laughs again. I like you. I like at least two of you.
You and me?
Me? You?
Maybe
not
me
me. I
because
spear tackled
I'm
her.
like
I just throw up my hands. Ugh!
You know, I read a very interesting article at one point, speculation of the turning of the world, which is the only reason it's on my mind even in the first place, that technically speaking, some of the temperatures, if they were involved in the spinning of the earth at a certain speed, it may not kill everyone. But if we started spinning immediately at that speed, everyone would die just by the sheer velocity of being thrown into whatever direction that the world turns the opposite way. But if we slowly worked up to it, the temperatures are so extreme that they would kill everyone anyway.
Look, we're doing a lot of speculuming, and I think that it's important for everyone to understand that we've already started. Like, even if we wanted to have it speed up slowly, like, we've already fixed two of them.
Oh, yes. No, I'm still team fix them. I'd want to fix them. Let's fix them. That keeps people alive for sure.
I mean, it's already turning slowly.
Yes.
And as it's turning, stones are catching on fire.
Exactly.
This is happening.
Yes. Oh, but if you have ether, you might be able to survive it.
Okay, I like at least three of you.
So what was your game plan? Just come in and piss on our parade?
Well, in a nutshell, yes.
I think that's spectacularly backfired. They've all seen us in action now in the face of adversity.
Truly it did. My hope was to undermine you all in front of your proud audience, so that people would lose faith in the Clockwinders, and perhaps your mission would fail yet again, but alas.
Have you ever heard the phrase, you catch more flies with honey than vinegar?
Have you ever heard the phrase, in order to make an omelet, you need to crack a few eggs?
Yes. You didn't answer my question.
Well, yes. Okay, yes. We're on this. Yes. We've both heard the idioms. Go on.
All you did was...
We're equally smart. Go on.
All you did was make these people even more scared now of ether users, not convince them that it's okay to do it.
Yes.
I already said it backfired.
She did kind of concede
Yeah,
there.
that's fair.
Yeah. Well done.
Have you ever heard the phrase, if you hear hoof beats, think horses, not zebras?
No.
Anyone?
I mean, yes, but
I just
why-
find it weird. Like, have you ever heard hoof beats as a word before? It just seems so strange.
it
Always
has
catches me off
an
guard.
odd mouthfeel.
Yes.
Hoof beats.
So what are you going to do now?
It appears I'm going to stay imprisoned.
Well, say you weren't imprisoned.
Oh, yes, that would be wonderful.
Then what would you do?
Am I being released?
We're not jailers. Like, we're just trying to help people. We wanted to question you to figure out why you're doing what you're doing. But, like, we don't have the right or the intent just to keep you locked up for the rest of your natural life.
It's very measured of you.
May I posit something to you that I genuinely hope you don't take as, well, an attack on your person or abilities?
Oh, this is going to be good.
I put a hand on Kade's shoulder and Maxine's shoulder. Both of these here with me, and you might have seen this already, have the touch of ether. Whether or not that has something to do with the corruption of ether seeping into the world from the broken cores, it doesn't matter, because at this point, it's a part of who they are, and they're able to functionally summon it from the ground itself, from the air itself, from themselves. Ether is still being pumped into this world, soaked into the very earth. Even if we fix these cores, ether isn't leaving, it's simply not leaking any longer. Why are you so afraid of having to possibly just work a little harder to do what you'd like to do with the surety of keeping people safe?
If your dream was to become the world's greatest blacksmith, would you prefer to work with a paper clip being delivered to you every 6 months as material, or with all of the ores that you could possibly hope to use?
To be the greatest blacksmith? Being able to work with the least amount of tools and provide quality, that makes the greatest blacksmith. Not someone awash with more than they'll ever need.
That's a very good answer. Can't say I share the sentiment, though.
Well, no one's perfect.
She chuckles, and then she yawns. She says, I'm exhausted.
You should be. I hit you pretty hard.
You did. Are we going to be talking much longer, or can I rest?
Do as you like. We weren't talking to you in the first place.
She,
This is an A-B conversation.
she, starts to kind of sit back and settle in, snickering a little as she does. And she just leans back, laying on her back, resting. Unclear if her eyes are closed or anything.
Einon, that was a very good speech, but you gotta stop telling people that I'm an ether user.
Well, I hate to say it, but I think she already heard that when we were discussing it before she spoke up, out of fairness.
I'm just saying, stop using it to make a point.
Noted. Thank you.
Yes, it's not really your business to share, darling. Are you going to do the rest of this in my room?
I fart.
That is the pettiest thing any of you have done thus far.
I leave.
Yeah, I think we just walk out.
Yeah, close the door.
Okay. You head out of the room. Chief Foreman makes sure that it is secured behind you. There's a little, flap to open the viewing window into the room. And she checks it, and Sevna is still lying in the bed.
I am severely attracted to that woman.
Oh, she's infuriating.
That's kind of what I mean.
So what do we do with her? Do we throw her on the trolley while we're leaving town and just let her off at some point?
No, I can't imagine this place could hold her anyway. But at the very least, if she's contained right now, maybe we could get a head start.
Yeah, but then she just, if she gets out while we're gone, she just has all the people here to do whatever she wants with.
She doesn't want the people. She wants ether. She wants to stop us.
Oh.
And even then, I could be projecting that she was being completely on the level with us, but it didn't seem like she had murderous intent, just to disrupt.
Disrespect's more like it.
Well said.
Yeah, I guess, but she wouldn't want to, I don't know, go in to the clock tower and, fuck up the ether core somehow, so then she could just feed straight from the source.
Right, there is, I suppose, a core here for her to disrupt.
Well, it's a good thing that we're coming back here so often.
Yes, but the further out we go, the less chance we're going to have of that.
I thought you just said we can't keep her a prisoner here, when the scene started.
Yes.
And I suggested it, and you were like, you
Yes.
can't do that.
Yes.
Okay, so what are you suggesting now?
I'm suggesting we leave her here because she's going to break out eventually. But maybe if we just leave her here, we can get a head start. So if she is trying to stop us, she has to break out and then come after us instead of us just letting her go and then her following us immediately.
But remember the tools that she used to get at us were people that she mind controls, so now she'd have, Chief Forbin that she could mind control, or...
So it kind of sounds like Maxine's "we can't keep her a prisoner" is a can't, not a can't as in we don't have the
can't
authority.
let that happen,
but
yeah.
as in, no, literally we can't, so just fuck it. She'll be out. She'll get out, but let's keep her here as long as we can.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand. I didn't before, but I do now.
Nice.
I agree. Why is everybody looking at me?
I guess I don't know if Kade's the only one who's worried about the people in the town, of, leaving her to mind control them and take them with her.
I for one, am very worried about the people in the town. I'll let you know.
Might as well just let her go.
The mind controlling the people in the town seemed more like an opportunity of the circumstance for her to take and not like part of some bigger plan or bigger scheme. But there's no way of knowing.
Yeah. I guess I just think, like, if it was me and I was trying to discredit the clockwinders and I failed here, but I was left here and I could mind control the leader and then make her do a bunch of bad shit while we were gone, that would still accomplish the same goal.
Yeah, without being able to, like, it's just ether is so broad. So without being able to just know for sure what exactly she's capable of, I have a hard time wanting to leave her behind.
Yeah, we know why.
This is me talking.
You can
This
change
isn't-
her.
Yeah,
This
I
isn't
know,
Einon.
Tass. I don't think having her with us would be smart either, though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
she is very powerful, and we're already trying to do something difficult without having to sleep with one eye open.
Is there a middle ground? Like, not making her come with us for the rest of our journey, but like us dropping her off halfway out of town, or
Yeah.
like not keeping her with us, but not leaving the people we care about at her mercy, possibly, when she does escape.
Yeah, if we know a place,
Yeah, all right, let's go dump her in the wilderness.
that's the best I've got. What's the book say to do?
What book?
Clockwinder's book.
The what?
I think this has to be made up. I don't believe the parade was in the book.
Oh.
There's a book for this? I don't appreciate the stank with which you said that. This must be made up.
Well, I just...
I don't think the parade was in the book.
Okay, you know
Books
what?
can have parades in them.
Jake,
Rev.
the parade was our idea. I think it was a slight, but it was a slight on us as players. I was like, surely the manual for this does not assume you're going to throw a parade for yourselves.
I have puppeteered all of you. The parade was in the book, and I
The next
took you right to it.
the next line on the PDF says, and then Maxine says to Kade,
Let's see. It looks like
put her on the train.
it looks like the book says when they decide to take her with them on the train.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I think we've still probably got a day or two of like general cleanup, any other little things we want to do having to do with the parade that we just put on. And like, damage control is the wrong word, but like,
Yeah, that might be the right word.
Well, yeah.
We got a lot of streamers and firework leftovers to pick up.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think we do that with the plan of take her along for a little bit.
Yeah, Chief Forbin is amenable to that plan. She says, yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea. I mean, like you said, we're not a military or anything. We're not designed to be fighters per se. I don't know that anybody here really has the chops to deal with her. So, yeah, if we're worried that things are going to break bad, then just dumping her somewhere. You know, it's not a good answer, but it might be the best one we've got.
Yes, we'll try to get her far enough out that if she does decide to come back here and mess with this corps or any of you, at least you'll have a little bit of time and you also know who to look out for.
She nods. She says, well, I imagine I've got some people in charge that I need to go apologize to about what happened out there today, so I'm going to go start drafting up some letters.
Might I make a request on that?
Sure.
I would hope that you would highlight the actions of yourself and the rest of the Clockwinders in subduing a tense situation, and maybe not so much highlighting the ether use. I know that this is literally us dealing with a witch, but I would hate for this to turn into an ether user witch hunt by the populace.
Oh, yeah. No. She looks at Maxine and Kade. I'm not here to spill your beans, all right? Everybody's got secrets and everybody's got a right to them. My lips are sealed.
I appreciate that, even on behalf of our Sevna. This was a disgruntled person that organized this situation, and we dealt with it.
I mean, the people who were ensnared, they know that.
Of
So
course.
it's not just me who needs to keep quiet.
No, I'm not trying to necessarily organize a cover-up, per se, just not highlighting that as our primary concern.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate that.
She gives all of you a little nod and turns heel to head for her office. So, what do you guys want to get done over the course of the next couple days or however long before you set out?
For Einon, it's just triple checking like everything that we put down in writing, the manual stuff, talking with Chief Forbin and whoever else is like in charge of like getting that out there, making copies, just kind of making sure that is all starting. And maybe a little bit of just hitting the town and getting the vibe after the parade. If this is even being talked about, if it was just like a one-off, that was a weird, fun thing, and now people don't care anymore, or did it cause buzz? I'm just curious about the impact.
I don't think that necessitates a roll. I think when you go out and you hit the town, wondering if anybody's still talking about it, it's all anyone's talking about.
Oh.
Like, it is hot news. The Clockwinders had a parade, and then like a fucking riot broke out while a punk band was blaring. Like, this is the weirdest fucking day this city's had, and as long as anyone can remember.
Okay.
Is there anything more like you want to know about it? Is there anything that would require a roll, I guess?
I mean, I guess I am passingly curious if anyone is like excited about it. If anybody thought, well, that was rad, I want to look into getting in on parades and riots. And
so just like did this concept excite anyone anew?
Yeah, like, do I feel like this was a successful start of our campaign, or
He wants to do a recruitment roll.
I mean, kind of like, yeah, I think there will be an obvious in the next few days, like either an influx or a complete lack of people coming in. So that will answer it. But still hitting the town and just gauging that, if are people at least positive about it in any way that they hadn't been before, or the opposite. I just don't know which is happening.
Okay. I think that what you find is that like both takes on this exist a little more strongly than they did before. People have been slightly more polarized by this.
Okay.
People who thought the Clockwinders were bullshit and whatever, like, think it a little more strongly now, and people who thought the Clockwinders were kind of cool or like didn't care think it's a little bit more exciting now.
Okay. I'll take it.
Kade, what are you doing?
I think I'm spending these days down with the train, and the idea that like, oh yeah, we're going to be in this for a while longer. It could be a long time. Plus we've got someone who could be kind of hostile. I think I'm like constructing walls and stuff between the beds, like try to make it feel more like a passenger car, so that each of the beds, like, you can go into a place and like shut a door and be alone for a second, instead of us just all sleeping in a big room together amongst beds, and then obviously one of them put the lock on the outside.
Okay. I suppose we should roll for that, because something interesting could come of a failure.
Yeah.
That's a crafts if I ever heard one.
Right?
That is a craft. I don't think it's exceedingly difficult, especially given like the conditions and resources. I think you're just trying to beat a +2.
Okay. 3.
Okay. Yeah, you manage to segment off the sleeping quarters and secure one of them. Maxine, what are you up to?
I think we just see Maxine in her room at the Dawn Palace, and I'm writing in my bullet journal, filling out today's events, and I think she's just kind of crying a little bit and like holding the topaz necklace around her neck, like in her hand, and she just says, "I'm sorry, Grandma. I didn't mean to. I won't let it take me over, I promise."
Maxine, I think I'm going to have you roll to overcome with notice. Trying to beat a +3 here.
Oh, okay. That's a 1, but I will definitely spend a fate point on this.
Okay. This is sort of to connect some dots. What do you think you would invoke?
Can I pitch you on Ether Connects All Things?
Yes, absolutely you can. I love it. That'll get you to the tie. Is there anything else you could or would like to invoke to get you to the success?
Can I invoke the journal?
Yeah, I think you could.
Just this, like, entire practice of reflection.
Yeah. So while you are sitting here kind of holding on to your necklace and thinking about just like Sevna and how inexplicable her path is to you, I think you recall noticing the amulet around her neck, and it occurs to you that the stone is different, but the design is nearly identical to yours. And I think that is where we will leave it off this time.
Damn.
Oh,
So thank you, everybody, for joining us for another episode of The Crit Show. If you are interested in more information about the Clockwinders or the Fate RPG system, you can find that information in the episode description. If you would like to pursue some more of the things that we have created, audio content, video content, you can check out our Patreon. That is patreon.com/thecritshow. And if you become a patron, you can get your name read at the end of an episode, just like Patrick Schreier and Mel E. Thank you both.
And for $1, you can get access to the most aggressively welcoming Discord on the internet.
Yes, you can. And you should.
Yeah, every month people still go, wow, you weren't kidding. That was aggressive.
Yep. Little bit scary on occasion. But like in a
Welcoming.
In a fun way.
in a comfortable way. You know how like if you like Halloween, it's like scary.
It's like Halloween all the time in our
It's
Discord.
Halloween all the fucking time, and it rules.
Or like you're like in a swimming pool that's empty and it starts to fill up with soup and you're like, oh God, this is, but then it's like nice and
It's
warm.
just like
It's like,
that.
okay.
It is just like that thing that we've all encountered at one time or another,
Yeah.
the universal experience. And another universal experience is saying goodbye.
Aw. So go to the Discord to get welcomed. Come here
To say
to
goodbye.
be told goodbye.
Goodbye.
The Crit Show is a Critshow Studios production, edited and produced by Brandon Wentz, with music by Jake Purley. You can find more information about us at thecritshowpodcast.com. To keep up to date with upcoming live shows, contests, and other special events, follow us at The Crit Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For even more weekly content, join us at patreon.com/thecritShow.